went out hunting, you got lost, you got turned around. Now it's getting late, it's snow, it's cold. You gotta get a fire, you gotta get warm, you gotta stay sheltered. So you gotta get out of the open, you gotta get into the woods, get your fire, get lit, and get your shelter built. Your fire is gonna be your #1 priority because that's what's gonna give you warmth. All right? First thing I found is this cedar right here. It's bent over. You got all this loose, scraggly bark underneath. That's gonna be really good for tinder. And this is also gonna be really good for tinder. Grab all this stuff you can. This is birch bark. It's full, flat packed with nice oil, really flammable. You take all that crap and put it in your pocket. Keep it warm, dry it out. If I can get it in there. We got this tree here, the cedar. You see all this right here. All this stuff flakes off. Take back your knife, scrape it. And you get this really, really fine, fibrous material here. And that's really good for your initial light. So take all this here. That can all be stuffed up into a nice little tinder ball. Another thing is all these dead branches right here, they're on this tree. These are really good too, because they're really dry and they're also full of resin. But we'll grab those further down. Let's see what I found here. Really good natural setup to do a shelter. What we got is a tree that's fallen over sideways. And all you need to do is put in your rib work, and already you got everything set up to do your insulation, do your walls. And you can put your fire, see, right here. You got good overhead. There's no dead branches up there that could fall down and crush you in the night. So we'll go with right here. First thing I want to do is I'm going to knock off some of the snow here. The bare earth. I'm going to do my fire first. First thing I'm doing right here to start the fire is I'm going to create a base which will help insulate the fire in its young stage from the cold, the wet ground. And what I've also done is I've collected a whole bunch of small little saplings and sticks like this, nice dead and dry. We're going to collect a little bit more though. And you can find those literally hanging in low shrubbery, trees, branches. Anything that's hanging dead in the air. It's great. So you just want to find a whole bunch of those. And here's one right here. That snaps like that, really quick. Snap, there's no bend or anything to it. That's how you know it's really good, really dry, really good for starting fires. So we got some thicker stuff, some smaller stuff. We're going to go ahead and light the fire. I'm going to go ahead and assume, since we're in a hunting incident, most of you guys are going to have a Bic lighter in your backpack. That's what we're starting off with. Let's go ahead and get our tinder ready. The cedar bark, to ready that, take it in your hand and just do that. That fluffs it up, exposes all those fibers. Boom. Make yourself a little miniature bird's nest. So we're going to put our birch bark on top of that. Give it a quick little light. that a moment to start catching all the rest of the tinder on fire. I'm just going to slowly start putting some of these sticks on. You don't want to suffocate it. Start with the smallest ones, these tiny little ones, like those. A mixture of woods. So every so often put a thicker piece on there, and then followed by some smaller ones. What that does is, as the smaller ones burn, it's drying out and getting the big one ready to burn. The big one starts to burn, and that in turn helps to get your fire going in its larger state much quicker. The fire is your number one, because in the event that you cannot get a proper shelter built in time, you can at least sit close to the fire, have the fire roaring, and that will help to keep you warm at least through the night till the next day when you can build a shelter or begin looking for rescue. So I'm going to cut these little saplings and stuff away from the fire. Don't want to throw those in yet. The fire's still young. Just keep adding pieces of wood, progressively larger and larger pieces. And while it's still daylight, what you're going to want to do is go find all the big dead pieces of wood. Alright, so fire's nice and big. I'm nice and toasty. It's gotten too dark to really work on this, although I could theoretically do stuff. But right now what I'm going to focus on in this instance is keeping the fire going, keeping myself warm. So since it's still light, or I can still see somewhat, what I've been doing is collecting these big logs right here. All of these. You can see those, and dragging them over here, because if you drag the logs over here while it's still light, you can break them and feed them with the firelight, because you don't have firelight over there, but you got firelight here. And I'm using the scenario that you don't have a flashlight. I'm using the flashlight just to show you. So, you break these logs, I'll show you. What we have right here, you have a branch or a tree right here, and another tree here. And to break a larger stick that you might not be able to break, you wedge it between the two and just pull. Simple as that. And repeat. And repeat. And that's it. You're using a stick as your leverage. But I'm not going to stick there right now. That's plenty hot. Now as the night wears on, you're going to want to let that die down a little bit so that's smaller, so you're not consuming as much of your fuel. You want it hot enough that it can keep you warm through the night, but you want the fuel to last you through the night, or at least to when you can see again. Doing all this work, dragging all these logs and stuff over here, you're going to get hot. And really the last thing you want to do right now is sweat. So take your layers off, do whatever you got to take to not sweat. If you sweat, you're going to get cold in the night, and you might get hypothermia, and that could lead to your death in the first night. So stay dry, stay warm. And at this point, there's nothing left to do. You're not going to sleep very much tonight, so just keep the fire going, wait till daybreak, and then you can start working on your shelter. And then you can start working on getting rescued. You can work on finding other resources, your water, your food, maybe finding a stream, any of that nature. So at this point, keep the fire stoked, keep warm, wait for daybreak. That's the only thing you can do.